welcome to a new episode of Savor This, the food cast from the team at SavorThis. I'm Deanna, I'm a registered dietitian and blogger at teaspoonofspice.com, and I'm also the author of the 30-minute Mediterranean Diet Cookbook, as well as the author of the soon-to-be-released Easy Everyday Mediterranean Diet Cookbook. And I'm thrilled to be here with you today to show you a fabulous chicken recipe that you can make for your family for dinner, and it incorporates a lot of great ingredients from the Mediterranean lifestyle. So in fact, we are making something called Mediterranean stuffed chicken. So the first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees, which I have done already. And next we're going to get started with the stuffing. So what you're going to need is a large skillet. This is a 12-inch skillet. And you're going to put that over medium-high heat. All right. And then we're going to heat up some olive oil. So this is 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And next what we're going to add in is 1 small onion that I have diced. Now this is a sweet onion, but you can use any kind of onion you like. You can use yellow, white onion, red onion, it doesn't matter. So that is finely diced, and it's about a cup, just shy of a cup of diced onion, or 1 small onion. Okay, so what we're gonna do is let this saute for about 5 minutes. So you just want to give the onion time to get a little soft and tender, and then we're going to add in our next ingredient. So I'm gonna put that to the side and let that get going, and then just stir it occasionally. So that's 5 minutes for your sauteed onion. The next ingredient we will add is our garlic. So this calls for 1 teaspoon of garlic, which is about the equivalent of 1 garlic clove. All right, so now we're going to mince this up, and I'm gonna set it aside. Like I said, we're not gonna put it in right away. Whenever you have a recipe that calls for onion and garlic, you definitely want your onions to cook up first, because if you add the garlic right away, unless it's on very low heat, the garlic's going to burn. So you always want to give that onion a head start because it takes a little longer to cook, and add your garlic in right at the end of the cooking time, or add it in before you're going to add some liquid into your whatever you're making. Okay, so that is our onion, and we are going to come back after this is sauteed for about 5 minutes and move on with our stuffing. Okay, so our onions have been sauteing for about 5 minutes, and we're going to add that garlic in that we mixed up, and then we're also going to add in 1 cup of finely chopped roasted red peppers. Now the next ingredient is going to be our spinach. So this is 1 6-ounce bag of spinach, baby spinach actually, because that's super tender and you really don't have to do any trimming to it. If you're using regular spinach, I would look at the stems and trim them down. Throw them in, you could certainly eat them, but they can be a little tougher. But baby spinach is so tender, you don't even have to do anything to it besides just open the bag and dump it in. So I'm just going to incorporate the onions and red pepper and garlic a little bit, mix it up with the spinach. And then what we're going to do is put a lid on it. Now, if you've ever cooked greens, you'll know this looks like a lot. It is going to really wilt down in a matter of 3 minutes. So by covering it, that is going to trap the heat and create steam, which is going to help it wilt even faster. So we'll check back in 3 minutes and see where we're at with our stuffing. So our spinach has been wilting for about 3 minutes, and let's check it out. Woo! Okay, look how much that has reduced down. That's incredible, just in 3 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is give it a quick stir so we have everything incorporated together. And then what we're gonna do is take this off the heat and just let it cool for about 5 minutes or so before we add in our cheese. What we're gonna do next is prepare our chicken. Okay, so this recipe calls for 4 6-ounce chicken breasts. And what I want to show you is how to make a pocket so we can stuff the chicken easily. What we're going to do is take a chicken breast and look for the thickest part of it. And we're just going to cut a line to make a pocket, but not cut all the way through the other side. So I start about 1 inch from the end, and I'm going to go until about 1 inch from the other end. And like I said, just do it a little gently. You can go in deep, but not all the way to the other end because we don't want our stuffing falling out the other end. So we just made a pocket like so. All right. Now, I have already done that with the other chicken breasts. So at this point, we are just going to layer them in the pan like this. And again, this serves for everyone gets one piece of chicken. Okay. Okay, so our spinach and red pepper onion mixture has cooled down enough to add the cheese, the best part. So we're gonna add 2 types of cheese to our chicken stuffing. And this is 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella is going to add some nice creaminess and like a fresh flavor to the stuffing. And then we're also gonna add 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. So Parmesan cheese is an aged cheese that is going to add some more tang and a little more burst of flavor. And that's why you often see mozzarella and Parmesan paired together. It's a classic cheese pairing that you see in many Italian dishes. And it goes so well with this stuffing. So now we are ready to stuff our chicken breasts. So it's as simple as taking a spoon and going to town. All right, so our chicken is stuffed and ready to go. And it doesn't have to look pretty, quite honestly, because it's all going to bake together and get nice and moist. Okay, so we have 2 more things to do before we move on to the last step. First is to season it with 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. So Italian seasoning is just a mix of dried herbs, typically basil, dried oregano. Sometimes there's rosemary in there or sage. So if you don't have Italian seasoning on hand, you can do any combination of those herbs that you like. Okay, so last step is we are going to pour a 1/2 cup of chicken broth, low sodium chicken broth, over the breasts. And this is going to keep the chicken moist and prevent it from drying out. It's also going to prevent it from sticking to the bottom of the pan as well. So I'm going to go wash my hands and then come back and cover the chicken and we're going to cook it. So we're just going to cover this loosely with foil. And again, that's going to help cook the chicken a little faster. And we're putting it in our 350-degree oven for about 40 minutes until the chicken is cooked through and all the cheese is melted. And then we'll meet back here and see what the end result looks like. Okay, so our chicken has cooked for 40 minutes and let's see the results. Oh, this looks so good. Dinner is ready. So I'm gonna just plate this up. Let me tell you, when this is cooking, you are going to have your family come running to the kitchen because it smells so incredible. All right, so here's the finished product. I'm just gonna take a taste of this now. These also can make great leftovers too. You could just stick it back in the refrigerator, obviously covered up, and then just reheat back in the oven the next day. And I'm gonna get some red pepper too here. I got the hit of red pepper, and that cheese makes it taste so wonderful. So, if you would like to make this for your family, just check out the full recipe in the direct link in this video post so you can serve up your family Mediterranean stuffed chicken soon. I hope to see you next time. Take care.